What is up, guys? It is super late here, but I wanted to put together a video to show you the real side of travel. Oftentimes, if you've been watching my videos, I typically glaze over the points of getting from A to Z. I cut out the travel times, the trains, the planes, the buses, the immigration offices, and the things that sometimes go wrong behind the scenes. And so today's video is all about the real travel, the raw side of it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. It starts off in a small remote island. It's not really that remote anymore, by the name of Gili T. It's a bit of a party island, and let's just say we got a 48-hour travel day ahead of us, so let's hop into the video. Starting around 10 a.m., we got on some bicycles, we returned the bicycles, we got on a ferry, the ferry was delayed, we got off the ferry, and we're now inside of a transport truck going to the BALI Denpasar airport. It's gonna take us about 3 hours to get there right now based on traffic, which, you know, I don't think that's even accurate because we're not moving at all.
Fun side of travel.
The fun side of travel. But this is the reality of travel. This is the in-between that you will face if you come and see the world. If you decide to come to Southeast Asia, you will have those in-between moments where you're just like, okay, that was stressful, frustrating, and not necessary, but we're gonna share it all here today.
Thank you, thank you. You're welcome.
We got back to CANGGU by 5 p.m. Probably took us about 4 hours in that truck to get back. It was just like the slowest moving of traffic. And right now, I don't even know where time has gone. I got a haircut. It was all of a sudden 6:30. I left some luggage with a friend. It became 8 p.m. and now we are just finalizing the pack and it is just about 9. One of the unfortunate things though is that I did not manage to find a villa on this here visit to Bali. That was like kind of the main goal of this trip, was to find my home, to get set up, to start making it feel cozy. But I will say it was not a complete failure. I saw like 20 properties. I put an offer down on 2 of them. Both of them fell apart for different reasons. One of them was due to a crazy landlord. The other one was due to the property being taken off the market. So they actually decided that they didn't want to rent it out anymore. They're gonna keep it or sell it. So that really sucks because that last place, I thought it was the one. Even though I want to have a place to call home, to put my feet up, to make my home base, I've just been thinking about it and I have so many travel plans for 2018. I want to see Japan, I want to see Sri Lanka, I want to go and explore the Middle East, I want to go see Africa. Of course there will be times where I need home and a place to just like have a bit of a routine, and that's where Bali will fall into it. But at the end of the day, I'm recognizing that my villa or whatever I end up renting could literally sit empty for a third to even more than half of the year. Now knowing this, I am pretty much ready to get back on the villa hunt, and I'm pretty sure I will be able to find my place on the next visit here. It pains me to admit it, but we have a 28-hour flight ahead of us, which makes it even that much worse. Thank you very much. And with that being said, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna be wearing on the flight over the next 28 hours. So basically, it's nothing crazy stylish, but I've got my comfy sweatpants on in a nice shade of light gray. I've got my Lost hoodie in a dark shade of gray, and I've got my Lulu Sports Athletic t-shirt in another shade of light and dark gray. Basically, I'm just 50 shades of gray, and my name is Christian, and my last name is LeBlanc, which is like the white, not quite. Mind blown. The travel day is just starting, but it feels like it's been going on for an entire day already. I'm seriously gonna be dead by the time we get to Miami. 100,000 rupiah later, we just took a taxi, asked for the meter, they hooked it up, took us from CANGGU here to the Denpasar airport. Really nice guy, pleasant experience, and we are here, time to check in. And what I'm kind of terrified about right now is the fact that Kati is flying one way, I'm flying 2 ways. So we put our bookings through separately and we haven't done seat selections. So typically if you book together, you know you'll be sitting together, at least most of the time, even if you haven't checked in. We haven't checked in and we didn't book together. The system would never know to have put us together. So that's the big concern, is like, what if the flight is full and we are stuck 28 hours away from each other?
I'm about to fall asleep standing up.
There's a reason that we're traveling across the world, and that is that we're gonna be doing a 1-week-long cruise through the Caribbean. I've actually partnered with a company that contacted me last minute, and so Kathy and I are unexpectedly going back down that way. And the fantastic thing is Kathy actually had to anyways. She's got her big UNICEF Google tour coming up where she's doing like an anti-bullying tour, which it's an incredible passion project of hers. So it was great because she was able to get a free trip down basically to her little neighborhood, her neck of the woods. Today's travel day is not going down easy. The check-in line, it's huge. We've been in line probably now for about 35 minutes and we're just maybe halfway through. But you gotta think of the positives. Give me a few minutes, I'll think of one. It's funny that I decided to record this travel day because it's one of the ones where things are just going as horribly as possible. Literally almost being denied entry and basically having to give up so much personal information to people I don't even know. Basically, I honestly don't want to harp on airlines because I get it. They run a difficult business with moving parts. Sometimes things go wrong. Even on my favorite airlines, I've had bad experiences. It happens. So I will mention the brand. It's Qatar Airways, and I'm not saying they're a bad airline, but today I had one of the worst check-in experiences I have ever had and hopefully ever will. Basically, I booked like everyone else would with a credit card. It got not denied, but they're like, we're gonna have to confirm it when we see it. So I was like, okay, of course, I'm gonna bring my credit card to check in. They took a look at it, but not only that, they wanted me to go into my banking and they wanted me to take screenshots of my bank information and email it to a random email address. And then from there, that wasn't enough. I had to fill out a document where I was giving them a lot of my credit card information, and then from there, they wanted my passport, and some random dude with his Samsung phone decided that he was gonna take some photos of my passport to send it off to them. So now, my passport photos are now on 2 of the employees' phones, which are personal phones, by the way. I also even had evidence that they charged me like $6 grand for those 2 flights, so apparently that wasn't enough. They wanted more. I don't get it. I really don't understand how that even happened. There was no reason for my credit card to even cause that sort of verification to be needed, but if it is needed, which I understand, then find a better system to verify, because whatever just happened was very invasive. And I'm now concerned where that information has gone. Nonetheless, this is travel. This is the things that you see every now and then, and you just gotta keep rolling with it. Now we gotta get on a 28-hour journey, assuming all goes well, which at the rate of today, it probably won't. Just get me there.
So sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get nice travel days where like the flight's great and the food was alright and you wake up well rested. So I'm hoping for that because I'm really tired right now. And I kind of like red-eye flights because sometimes you just pass out and you wake up and it just feels that much easier, especially for the long hauls. Hopefully that will be the case. I don't like to be negative in my videos, but every now and then it's nice to be honest. And I think showing you guys the reality of travel and not just the cinematics of a beautiful beach and the drone shots of a mountain, showing you guys what it takes to get from A to Z, it's part of it, you know? There's a lot of BS and a lot of difficulty and stress. Right now I'm very stressed. Everything is good, we will make it. Life moves on. Tell me something positive.
I'm gonna wear a bikini tomorrow. Where are you gonna walk?
Sorry, we're closed.
I'm gonna die. I'm super tired.
We're all gonna die one day. I'd be the saddest person in the world if someone came and sat down here, like right here. It's been so nice having the extra seat. We've just been taking turns, sleeping in different positions. One person will be laying flat, the other person will be sitting up, like leaning against a corner, or for a while. I actually slept down there, but you're not supposed to do that, so I kind of just covered myself with a blanket so they wouldn't see me. And it did work for a while, actually. I slept down there for at least an hour or so, which was nice. Now, breakfast time. We made it. We have just landed in Doha, and it was really cool to fly over it because I've never been to like the Middle East at all, and I'm very, very excited to come back and actually see it properly. It gets me excited to explore a culture I know nothing about. But I gotta say, I'm feeling less salty right now. I'm feeling a little bit better after some well-needed sleep. We actually got an extra seat, which made a huge difference. The food on the flight was great. There was outlets, the screens were big, the movies were good. So overall, a great flight. Again, just a bad check-in, a bit of an unlucky experience, but life moves on. Wow, Look at that. This airport is on something. Right now they got like one of the world's largest teddy bears that they've turned into a lighting fixture. Look how big he is. For scale, this is my hand. Okay, that doesn't help. My hand was way further, it'd be a better scale. What do you think, Kathy? Should I get one for my villa in Bali?
Yes.
That would be amazing.
In my honor.
Have you been to the Middle East?
Turkey? No.
Oh, you've been to Turkey?
But it was different.
That's right, yeah. I gotta say, guys, I truly know next to nothing about the Middle Eastern culture, but this is a total shock to me. They have dinosaurs here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed.
I love culture. I feel gross and sweaty and sticky.
I still like you.
Thank you. My #1 reason to travel with Kathy is because of her priority pass. She has like the special credit card that gets us into airline lounges. I mean, my #2 reason is close behind, which is that I love her and that she's a fantastic person, but #1 reason is definitely that priority pass. So we have entered into what is the QATAR priority lounge, and yeah, it looks really nice. We're gonna get ourselves a coffee, a couple snacks, and then in about an hour we're boarding our next flight. So that next leg is gonna be around 16 hours. I should mention too that if you're planning to travel a lot, you should definitely take a chance to look at some of your home banks and see what kind of credit cards they offer. I know that Amex has a few cards that have like different lounge accesses. In Canada, we don't have a ton of selection for the local banks to get us into lounges. One of the things that I would have thought would happen was by flying one airline a lot, I would get airline access, sorry, lounge access, and that hasn't really happened. So yeah, I admittedly haven't invested a ton of time to try to find the right way to do it. I'd be curious to hear from you guys. If you guys have any first-hand experience, especially as a Canadian, on ways to get airline lounge access, comment it down below. Okay, this is exactly how I pictured the Qatar airport. They just have a gold jewelry store. Well, thought we were gonna spend the night in a Qatar prison, but we made it through. They have the world's most thorough check on all of bags. By the way, this is a transfer. This isn't like we just checked in for the first time. We've been searched, I think 3 times since transferring, and then they searched my bag like 2 or 3 times per person over there. I didn't even know what was going on, but they had me like pull my shirt up so they could like check my stomach. They wanted to check my ankles, the top of my socks, and I get it. Like, it's in place for a reason. It's really important to have security checks, but I'm just focusing too much on negativity today, and I really want to avoid that. But today's been a challenging travel day. Actually, one guy got searched in front of me. He's like, I won't even say the word because it's kind of a word you don't use in an airport. He quoted a terrorist, and then he started saying I was a terrorist. He's like, he's the one. Weird jokes at the airport. Time to get on a flight and get over with this travel day. The final countdown. Please tell us to turn left. Are you sure you don't want us to go over there? So it's now been about 30 hours of travel.
Cristian acaba de comer chocolate y tiene...
Think of it this way. At least we didn't have to walk. Yeah. Hundreds of years ago, this would have taken a lifetime. I don't watch Louis C.K., but there's this one skit that he does about air travel, and it's the funniest thing.
People, like, they say there's delays on flights.
Yeah.
Delays, really? New York to California in 5 hours. That used to take 30 years to do that, and a bunch of you would die on the way there and have a baby. You'd be a whole different group of people by the time you got there. Now you watch a movie and you take a dump and you're home.
Anyways, you just go watch it. We're getting very creative with our napping positions. We've got this one that we like wrap around each other, where you were like laying on my lap and I was laying on your back with a pillow. It's such a long travel day. One of my longer, at least it feels like it. Yeah. Just because the start in Gili Islands was really long.
Yeah.
And then we've been moving for probably close to 40 hours now. We're almost there. I'm very excited to get there.
I'm using my eye bags.
We're almost gotten our Uber. We're now on our way to our hotel for tonight, which is the A Loft in Brickell, which I've heard is actually quite nice. You've been there before.
Yes.
It's just crazy.
It's not like a super fancy hotel, but it's really modern and yeah, it's really nice.
I felt like what I assume an astronaut would feel like my bone density's decreased, my muscle mass has fallen. I felt so weak standing up.
My eyes twitching.
Your eyes are twitching?
Yeah. Just one.
45 hours of travel, let's go! And that brings us to the end of the video. Kathy and I arrived at our hotel in Miami, and it was a nice stay there, brief but good. We ended up checking into our cruise the next day, and actually that video has gone live. It was the most recent video I uploaded, so if you want to check that out, it'll be linked down below. It was an amazing week in the Caribbean. But yeah, this is actually the prequel to that vlog. Sorry for posting this out of order, but this was an afterthought vlog. I just kind of wanted to put together all of this raw footage and show you real travel. So I hope you enjoyed it. Now I wanted to do the question of the day, and I'm appreciating all the questions you guys are leaving, so thank you so much. Today's question is an awesome one. It's gonna require me to wake up my girlfriend. So 1 second here. Kathy? Kathy? I have a question. A fan has a question for you. Fredo asks if you'd go out with him.
Who?
Fredo?
Who's Fredo?
I don't know, he commented on my video. He said,
I will go out with him?
Yeah.
I would love to, but I have a boyfriend that I love very much. But we can go out as friends.
There you go, Fredo. You got yourself a friendly, friend-zoned date. Sounds nice. The fan of the day is Natalius? Thank you so much for the comment. And guys, please leave comments, leave questions down below so I can have some stuff for my next video. And Fredo, good luck, my friend. Wish you all the best, guys. Let's get lost again in the next one.